Welcome back, 9:44. The classic children's book, The Little Prince, is getting a full stage production at the Seattle Children's Theater through March 4th. You certainly don't want to miss this. We are thrilled this morning to have the new artistic director of the Seattle Children's Theater with us today, Courtney Sale, joining us. So good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So congrats, and this is your directorial debut.
That's right.
How does that feel?
It's really exciting. It's really exciting. It's a story that's been with me for a long time, so it feels like something that's close to me and a great way to introduce myself to Seattle. And
that's awesome.
Yeah,
congrats.
Thanks.
For people who aren't familiar with The Little Prince, just quickly talk about that.
Sure. It's based on the 1943 book by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you. And it follows an aviator who is flying and has to take an emergency crash landing in the Sahara Desert. And when he lands, he meets, as he says, a little man, a little prince, who awakens something in him that he's lost. So it's this incredible story of journey and magic.
I think families, and especially kids, I think the kids are going to love this show. We were just chit-chatting during the break, and we were talking about the diversity of the cast. MJ was pointing out that some of the traditionally male roles are actually played by women. So what was the inspiration behind that change?
Yeah. Well, they are a voraciously talented group of actors, and as we said, the folks that auditioned are just amazing. And I think anytime that we make a play, it's an opportunity for us to make the world we want to live in.
Absolutely.
Which to me feels like it values multiple perspectives and different ways of seeing and different ways of being, and they embody all those things.
I love the way you put that. That's really awesome, and I think that's something that kids can learn early on from something like a theater show. Speaking of that, kids today, MJ and I were talking about this earlier. They're so distracted. The iPads and the movies and the Netflix and the phones. And why is theater still so valuable as an experience for a child to have?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're competing against a lot. My 12-year-old son would be very angry at me if I disparage all screens.
Right.
Because they are.
Right, you can't do that.
Yeah, they are a tool for gathering. They're not going away.
Absolutely.
But there is nothing like live theater. No matter how interactive or how fancy technology gets, being in a room with people, listening to stories is part of our it's our birthright.
Yeah, I think it's part of the human experience.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And that's what you're doing. How long is the Little Prince playing?
So we're running through March 7th. Okay. Public performances Thursday, Friday evening, and Saturday and Sundays.
All right. So you've got this directorial debut out of the way. What do you see for the future of Seattle Children's Theater?
Yeah, what gets me up every morning, what I'm excited about, are two ideas, and that is access. I want every child in Seattle to feel like it is their theater.
That's awesome.
And that also means that our community engagement is really deep and bold and thoughtful. And then also new works. That sits squarely in our mission, and it's our job to speak to this generation of young people who have different desires, curiosities, and questions than the generation before them.
That's so important, and I feel like you're really in tune with that. It's so good to meet you this morning. I think you hit it right on the head. And by the way, we are thrilled that the Seattle Children's Theater is offering 4 free tickets for a family to see The Little Prince. We don't want to miss this. So to win tickets, go to our Q13 Fox Instagram page, follow the instructions. Don't forget, The Little Prince runs through March 4th at Seattle Children's Theater. For tickets, you can go to sct.org.